Hello everybody, my name is Bonnie and this is a live custom soap making at Good Earth Spa. Today the soap I'm making is a customizable soap. It's called Basic Vegetarian and it comes with organic palm oil that's Round Table certified. You choose a butter or you don't have to get a butter, but this customer chose shea butter, and you can also choose double or triple butters from the shea, cocoa, and mango butters. So there's different combinations. Coconut oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, and then the fragrance chosen today is pomegranate, and also a clay was chosen from the list, pink rose clay, and hibiscus. So I'm going to show you those ingredients. This is, it's measured out, it's the pink rose clay. So we have that. And my hibiscus is ground. So that's kind of what it looks like. And I have my oils ready, and what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to mix it first because the fragrance accelerates a little bit, and then I'm going to split. Hello! This is your soap, I think. Okay, so I'm going to mix in the lye solution, and then I'm going to split the batch into these two containers, and I'm going to put the rose clay on one side and the pomegranate on the other. And we'll see if we can get a little bit of a swirl between them. I'm not exactly sure how much it will contrast, but it should look cool doing it that way. And then I will fragrance it, because the fragrance will set it up some. So that way, if we get all of those ingredients mixed in first, then we'll go from there. So I'm seeing things come in the chat. Hello, thank you everyone for joining me. Normally I do have my laptop set up so I can see the chat, but I don't have it set up right now. So I see the chat things come up and then they go away quickly. So if I miss you, I'm sorry, but thank you to everyone for joining me live. I'm gonna get started now, so I might not see every comment that comes in after this. But I just realized I need my rubber spatula, so let me get that. Okay, I'm back. I found this interesting one at Dollar Tree. It's a Betty Crocker one. It actually has like a double spatula, so that is interesting. I'm going to try that out. I also have a regular one. So I'll need that. They don't call this one a rubber spatula. They called it a scraper. So it has two ends. Put that down. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and split this batch. I had to get it into some smaller containers so that the blender doesn't make a lot of bubbles, because if I use two this size, then it's going to be too big. Okay, so let me set that aside just for a minute, and I'll put these powdered ingredients in first. Can you see those colors better now? Okay, now I'm gonna try to mix these in. This blender works a little bit better for bubbles too than my other one, so in a small container it matters. already wants to set up a little bit, so let's get those bubbles out. Hello everyone joining in the chat. I can usually see all your comments. I just kind of see them blip up for a second. So if I miss you, I'm sorry, but thank you for joining for this live soap making. Okay. All right, now should be the fun part because I expect this one to set up a little bit quicker. So I'm going to see if I can just spatula mix the fragrance in. Doing half in each side, and I better get my soap mold ready for the soap and make sure that it's in view. Smells very nice. Actually, I thought that the fragrance was going to make it speed up, and lo and behold, the fragrance seems to have made it slow down, so that's a surprise. Usually it makes it speed up. Maybe just because the recipe is different than the other one. So that's good to know. I guess you never know what's going to happen. Well, that's good. Then it won't be such a rush. Maybe I can get a better swirl. Okay, definitely at a good trace though. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to kind of double pour it into the mold at the same time. And it will swirl a little bit, but there might be like more of one color on one side and one on the other side. And I'll see how it looks after that. Let's see, I saw a question pop up, something about what are fragrances made out of, but I couldn't read the whole thing before it went away because I don't have my laptop over here where I normally see them, but they're basically made of aroma chemicals. Okay, so that's how it looks right now. There will be some swirling, but I have more of the dark on the left and more of the sort of pink color on the right. And I think that looks pretty cool like that. So I'm not going to do anything else to it because I think it looks cool like that. So that's it for today. If anyone else has anything else to say really quick, I'll hang on here for just a few more seconds because the other comments went away before I could see them because I was working and I wasn't looking at it. So if you had anything else to say, then go ahead and say or ask. Otherwise, that's it. So tomorrow this will be cut. The other options for custom loaf is you can get it uncut, or you can get it cut into 8 bars, or you can get it cut into 16 bars, or you can get it cut into 32 minis, which are like travel size bars. Okay. All right, I guess that's it for today. So thank you everyone for watching. And if you asked a question and I missed it, just go ahead and leave me. Okay, here's a question. What are fragrances made of? Is there any natural herbal fragrance, or is the essential oils only natural fragrance? Okay, that was the question I saw earlier, popped up for a second. So fragrances are generally synthetic, but that's not always the case. There are some natural fragrances, and basically the difference between an essential oil is that an essential oil is distilled from a plant, and the distillate that you get from the distillation process is the essential oil. It's highly scented, it's very concentrated from plants. A fragrance is aroma chemicals that are mixed together by a person, and they can be either natural or synthetic in nature. But a natural fragrance are aroma chemicals that are natural, that are mixed together in proportions that are not made by nature. So let me give you an example of that. Let's suppose that in the essential oil lavender, there are, let's just say, 20 different aroma chemicals that are naturally there in the lavender essential oil. Now let's suppose someone distilled some eucalyptus and some lavender, and then they're able, by a process, to like break them into the separate aroma chemicals. And you blended together certain but not all of the chemicals from lavender, and then certain but not all of the chemicals from the eucalyptus and any other oils. And they're all from a natural source, but they're not in the natural proportions. You mix those together, and the result is a natural fragrance. There is a company called Liebermuth that offers some natural fragrances. I've tested some. Some I like, some I don't like. But you could check that out. I think there's some other companies that have them. They're very limited because, there's just, the palette is not as large to make fragrances. So that's how a natural fragrance differs from an essential oil blend, which would be a mix of just essential oils. Like if you mix all of the lavender essential oil together with all of that eucalyptus oil, then you made a blend. But if you separated them out using whatever fancy machines they do to separate them, I'm not sure exactly how they do it. Someone with more science knowledge would know. But they somehow separate them and mix them together in a way where it's not just an essential oil blend. So that's basically the difference. And let's see. Yeah, I have some natural fragrances, but I don't offer them because I'm still kind of testing some. But I have tested some. They're okay. Some of them are okay. There's one that like smells like cherry cough syrup. I don't know. But some of them are really nice. You just have to try them. I can't really I don't have smell-o-vision, so I can't really help you anymore with that, other than explaining what they are and that they are available. Okay, so that should answer the question, are the only natural fragrances essential oils? So essential oils are completely natural, fragrant, and wonderful. And there are natural fragrances, but they are rare. So generally, if you see fragrance, generally it contains something synthetic, but it may also contain something natural. But since they don't separate it on the labels, usually you don't know. All right, well, that was a great question. So I'm glad that I was able to answer that. And thank you everyone for tuning in, and I will say goodbye now. Bye-bye.